Hey guys, today we are here in Cranbrook in England and I'm going to speak to Carrie Smith. Carrie is an equine-assisted therapist and practitioner, and I'm going to speak to her about the benefits of it all, but also see how we can help you heal and share what's out there to heal from the trauma or from other mental health challenges. Equine-assisted therapy helps you with panic attacks, with grief, with depression, but also with trauma. And I'm gonna be here today to experience it myself and share with you live what I've experienced. And afterwards, I'm gonna sit down with Carrie and we're gonna speak in depth about her expertise, what she has witnessed, what kind of transformations, and what we can do here with this episode to help you heal and help you and support you on your healing journey. And make sure you're gonna watch both of the episodes. One is gonna be the experience and the other one is the podcast episode on all the takeaways. Carrie, thank you for having me today. I'm really excited about this experience, but do you mind, before we start, sharing a little bit what got you into becoming an equine-assisted therapist and practitioner?
Sure, absolutely. Well, thank you for coming to meet me. I'm very excited that you're here. And it's been part of a journey, they say. Originally wanted to go into the education system and become a teacher. And when I did my dissertation, I was interested in the well-being part of education and therapy. And when I looked into both areas, there was something called equine-assisted therapy. Now, this was 20-something years ago. So at that time, it was something I didn't know too much about. And then I worked with horses, worked in the education system. And then about 5 years ago, I really...
I'm a fan already. Yeah? I'm already a fan, this one. I have something with this one. I already feel the energy. Great.
I had about... So about 5 years ago, I started to look into the qualifications that were available, and I noticed that there are lots of different varieties, and I wanted to work with in trauma particularly, and the qualification I have is trauma informed. So I really saw the benefits from my own experiences and the experiences of other people with working with horses, being around horses, really feel the positive impact horses can have with people.
Wow, I'm excited. I have really no clue what to expect today, but I'll let you just guide me and see what's going to happen today. I'm very excited, guys, about this.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go in there, meet the horses, and then I would like you to see which horse you are most drawn to. Mm-hmm. And then what we will do is we will see if that horse is willing to come and have an experience with you in the arena. It might be nice for you to just do some grounding. So what I would suggest in terms of this is just very, very light, because of the time we have, and we don't want to go too deep and then send you away. So very, very light and very, very simple to just feel your feet on the ground. Mm-hmm. Where do your feet feel on the ground right now? Do they feel on the ground, below the ground, slightly floating above the ground? So what do you notice?
I notice immediately that shift that I notice my legs, and I notice the restlessness from the stress of the day in my hands. Mm-hmm. It's been, the busyness of London, the noise, the excitement of all the filming, coming here, the ride. But I also start to open up a little bit. I hear the birds more that I didn't before. Yeah. Be more present.
Yeah. Okay, good. So do you feel like you are able to keep that openness and that presence to go in with the horses? Yeah. What we will try and do is to not invite that touch first. Okay. So we're just observing. Okay. We're just noticing. Mm-hmm. We're just going to see which one feels like the right one at first, but not through touch, just through that energy, and see what comes up.
Do I keep my hands just like next to my body?
Yeah. But if a horse comes over to you and is like, hello, you can obviously you can touch. That's not, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. It's just not to go straight up.
So let them first come to me.
It's that bit of like, okay, this is a relationship, this is for both of us, Okay, let's go in.
Okay. Oh, okay. They're checking me out, or who am I, or?
How does it feel to have them coming over?
I would love to hug this one. Okay. Hey. Oh, that's adorable. Yeah. Hey, that's so sweet.
They're pretty good. They're used to having people around them. Interesting.
Okay.
Big shift in energy with everybody. Stay with them or wander off or whatever. But it's what's relevant to you and what you notice. But I'm interested in getting you with a horse.
Yeah.
Which one do you feel like you would like to work with? See if you can come out of your head and into your body. So that lovely openness and presence that you had outside.
I like the ears of this one. It's curious, It's like listening in what's gonna happen. I had an immediate connection with this one. So my inner self is almost torn between these two.
Okay.
How do people make the decision? Is it just intuition?
Yeah, I think so. The big guy here is called Romeo. He is an Irish sports horse, and I've had him for about 7 years, and I bought him for my daughter to event. So in event riding, they do the 3 disciplines of show jumping, cross country and dressage. Now, we'd done lots of training and stuff with Romeo, getting him ready for that experience. That was his job.
Yeah.
But actually, nobody had told Romeo. So when it came to that, for him, it was just too much. Yeah. Okay, so he couldn't cope with all 3 disciplines he's slightly on the side of anxious as a horse anyway. Pressure of all of that was just too much. So he would just stop halfway through the course, or he was showing us and telling us that wasn't the job for him. Okay, so that's Romeo. The horse behind you, the other one you were drawn towards, he's called Zeke. And Zeke is the horse I've had for the least amount of time. So I've had him for nearly a year. And he is a riding pony. He's come over to almost settle the herd. I had the 3 horses, and there was gooseberry-itis. Two's company, 3's a crowd. So I'd have the 2 horses together and him on the outskirts, or those 2 together and him on the outskirts. So I needed a 4th to bring the balance in a bit more.
What's his personality?
Quite a cheeky chappy. You might notice from him, he can be quite not nervous. It's the wrong. He likes things slowed down. He doesn't like sudden movements. He doesn't like. He likes to know where you're at. But he can be really cheeky, right?
I think I found my match. It's like, it's gonna be you, man. I kind of liked him from the start. I think I will go with Zeke, huh? His name was
Zeke? Yeah.
Zeke. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get a halter on Zeke, and we will go and put him in the arena. And then what I'll do is we'll wait outside, and we'll just do a body scan. and see what comes up for you in that body scan. And then I'm going to invite you to go in with Zeke and spend maybe 10 minutes or so seeing what comes up, what happens. Okay. I'm always outside to support you. If you're not sure, if you've become lost in your thoughts, if you're not sure which way to go, but it's about your experience with the horse. And then once we've come out, we will have a debrief and see what's come up for you. You can tell me what you've noticed. I can tell you what I noticed as an observer. Okay. And we will see if we can get some sort of golden nugget at the end.
But he did come to me, right?
He did come to you, yeah. And this is what we were saying about they could be anywhere doing anything, and they are, right?
Yeah, cannot force them.
And he's standing there with you, and he stood there with you for quite some time now.
I was already worried that no horse would choose me. Yeah, but I had an immediate connection with Zeke. Like from the start, I thought you were awesome. Yeah, I really thought that. You're like incredible. Somehow there was, even if it was just a short moment, I really liked him. Obviously, I had set already maybe my attention onto him. But I was happy that he came now.
Yeah.
That's like fascinating.
Yeah. Come on then, let's go.
Okay.
These he doesn't like. Go away.
Oh, they're not friends. Okay.
No. Go away. He is dominant of this one. Oh. This is your yin and yang.
I was just thinking, is it yin and yang, or is it my different traumas?
Yeah, different. I'm not sure. I know, right?
I'm not sure. That can be also different traumas.
All right, let's go in there.
Okay. So what am I going to do now?
So this is something that we would work towards, right? Yeah. So we're doing a crash course, and I'm aware that you can contain yourself, and I'm here to support you, but this would be something we would work towards. So we're doing a crash course, body scan. Actually, I need to get a pen and paper.
Yeah, please go.
Yeah, what I'd like you to do is a body scan. We're just going to start by bringing an awareness to the top of your head. So as you bring that awareness to the top of your head, what do you notice?
I'm noticing tingling everywhere, particularly around my head, actually.
And so just be open and curious about what that could be. Remembering not to change anything, just being aware, and bringing that sensation all the way through, across your face, and down through your neck. And as you're bringing that into your body, just notice your breathing. Oh, that's synchronized the pair of you.
That was beautiful.
And again, just being aware of that breath. Where does that breath sit? Are you up in the upper chest? Are you able to breathe into your lungs? Bringing nice and deep.
Breathe with me. It's really nice.
Just trying not to change anything, just being open and curious and aware. And just carry on down your legs, through your thighs and your knees, down to your shins and calves and into your feet. So as I ask you just to gently open your eyes, I'd like you to think about if there's one particular area that came.
Chest area.
In your chest area, okay?
Yeah.
And you say chest, but you're almost on your heart area.
Yeah,
in your heart
true.
space.
It's chest and heart. It's the heart that kind of kept on pumping faster.
Okay.
I don't feel anxious. It's more excitement, but also an element of stress.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So let's go for that chest area. Are we saying, which one are we going for at this moment? Are we going for chest or are we going for heart?
Heart.
Okay, so the heart space.
Yeah.
We're going to just explore that a little bit more. So if that heart space were to have a colour, what colour might that be?
Yellow. Okay. Somehow yellow comes up, but not necessarily in warmth, just yellow.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yellow.
So heart and then yellow.
And uncertainty came up for me.
Okay, uncertain.
Uncertain, maybe what's going to happen, but that's sort of a link of I'm not in control this time at all. So
Yeah.
I really don't know it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Okay, so come back into that heart space, that yellow colour. What might the texture be? What would the texture of that be? So what might it feel like? Would it be-
Lace.
Oh, lace. Okay.
Yeah.
So delicate.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why that came up.
It's okay.
Really,
Just go with it. Go with it. Don't question. Just go with it. Would there be a temperature linked in with that as well? What might the temperature be?
Lukewarm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if there were to be a message from this area, what might the message be? Or what might the words be? So you've already mentioned uncertainty.
Don't hurt me.
Okay. And on a scale of 10 being the most awful and 1 being down there, where would that be? Where would that don't hurt me uncertainty and those feelings
7.
be? Okay, a 7. So if you're to turn and face Zeke, I'm interested to know if that number, that SUD score, so it's a score of distress or delight, whether that score changes at all.
Slightly, but not much.
Okay, where does it go to?
To 6, maybe. To 6.
6. We can do halves.
Yeah.
We can go 6.5.
6.5. Yeah, let's go 6.5. I like him, but I have also that immediate feeling like, oh, is he gonna show me something and then not like me?
Okay. Do you feel like you might be ready to go and spend some time with him?
What should I be doing?
You don't have to do anything. You can be.
Okay.
Ooh, it's an opportunity to be. Okay. So we're thinking of the don't hurt me, the uncertainty, the is he going to like me? What might that look like? What might that feel like for you? Yeah.
And am I allowed when he comes to me to touch him, or should I just
touch him? Yeah.
Okay.
He's being. He's not doing anything.
Yeah. Okay.
He's in the moment. He's
doing his thing. So
doing his thing.
I'll just go, right?
Yeah, you can absolutely go in.
I'm very curious. Yeah.
And if you need me to support you, if you're not sure of something, if you're thinking, oh, how, I noticed this, and then I am here. But at the same time, I want you to be in the space and to have the experience.
Okay, he's busy scratching himself. It's interesting.
I just want to check in with you, Caroline. What's happening for you at the moment?
For me, a lot of things with trust came up. I think we're both, at least how I felt, a little bit careful with trusting. And it needs a lot of patience and time and being gentle, I think. Made me also a little bit emotional, just that connection, being together, taking it very slow.
Yeah.
But also I had this feeling of trust, something that we share.
Talk to me about that a little bit more.
I've lost a lot of trust in relationships.
Yeah.
Because of being hurt. And that came up for me now.
Yeah.
I felt like my feeling towards him was, oh, I need to prove my trust to you that I'm a safe person. And how can I do this for you? I give you a bit of space. That's why I went step back
Yeah.
To show you, I listen to maybe to what you would need. I give you space to observe me. And I needed just the same. I walked around him a little bit to observe him. But a respectful boundary, maybe.
Yes. Yeah. My point of view, similar to here, there's a point where, and the same in the field, where there's almost an imaginary line connecting the two of you, right? There's nothing on him, there's nothing on you, but there seems to be this space between you, where this comfortable space.
Yeah.
Is that something that sort of resonates with you?
This is something that's a bit my wound, the trust. And I felt like, how do I find that within myself, that I need to give others space, but also for myself, and that's how you can come closer together, giving each other space and time.
Yeah.
There's moments when he does a thing with the head that's sweet, but I feel also observed.
Yes.
That's the practice that I have to learn. That's a bit the message that I receive from this. It's like time. You need to give yourself also the time. You cannot fix yourself, nor can you fix someone else or rush anything. Any wound, but also any relationship needs time to grow.
Yeah.
And I think I cannot fix it in that one session, or can also not make myself feel loved.
Yeah.
I can give a first impression, but of course the distrust is natural, that he would not fully follow me around and be my best friend now, you know?
How does the connection feel between the two of you? How does that trust feel?
It's nice. I'm happy that he came back, and he's like giving me a few signs like, hey, I'm here with you. So I'm happy from that level of when I started from a 6.5, when I walked in, it's maybe down to a 4, maybe even 3.
Sure.
But we cannot force it going down entirely. That's how I feel. It's like that we need to sit with a little bit. That's it. We don't know each other. We're new to each other feeling.
And also you will know with trauma, there's that hypervigilance, right? So you're always scouting out for, something, or, and so for you and for him, maybe a 4 and a 3 is great.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
already something. Yeah, that's true. It's already something. That's how I feel also. It's at least we can be a bit more present with each other and share the space closer. That's for me already enough. That I feel grateful that I can be so close and touch him, and that he's not running away from me or showing me his back. Yeah. He stays with me, and that's nice.
He could be anywhere doing anything, and he's choosing to stand and be with you. He could be over there looking out at the arena going, let me, but there is something, going on here.
I'm not sure, but I don't want to doubt it too much. I had this immediate connection, at least from my end, with him. Okay. And that sometimes it represents somehow something, like if you would go into the extreme of a romantic relationship, you have that immediate connection, maybe you like somehow someone, but then you need to go deeper and get to know each other, and that's time, and that's trust, and trust building. It takes time, cannot do it on the first date.
Yeah, right.
Maybe that's a little bit also what I experience here.
Yeah. To begin with, you weren't sure whether to work with Zeke or Romeo.
That is, oh my goodness.
Because what could Romeo represent? I mean, he's a big, strapping, he has that physical presence, I think.
Oh my God, that's interesting. Could it be this far that it would subconsciously represent safe relationships and relationships that I'm used to, let's say emotionally abusive relationships of, like, let's say someone with a narcissistic history, the shiny horse, literally, the race horse, the guy that looks great, has it all kind of feeling, and here we have the safe and secure.
But how does that feel, saying that out loud?
It resonates because when you travel through your healing journey, you become more, not just aware, you also become more listening to your intuition. And when I looked at the other horse, I was like, oh, he's kind of handsome, he's beautiful, he's strong. There is something about him, something maybe mysterious. that was the thoughts also that I had. But he had an immediate connection. It was doubting him, but eventually I went to what my intuition told me.
You can see what he's doing?
Oh. What does that mean?
So sometimes when they're yawning, it's a releasing of tension, or a releasing of processing and release.
Oh.
So it's interesting that you're just saying those things, and then he's, having had that quiet time where you're stroking him and hugging him, he was very quiet there with you, that then he did a couple of nice big yawns, almost like a process and release.
Wow. That's like he's calming down. As I'm saying it, I find that also it gives you a bit of like, okay, the perspective of like, yeah, that makes sense. Because that's where I would be at. Also, I'm like more in a different state of what my needs are. Very different in the way of how I would have done it maybe 10 years ago. And choosing also things that would my body tell me, my intuition, my nervous system, how I feel more safe. And that was also the choice why I chose him in the end, not just because of that first connection, but also he came over in the end. But somehow with the other horse, there was also something was like, are you gonna be a not difficult one, but maybe a too unpredictable feeling? Yeah, I think that was. So I went really with what my body was telling me, not entirely what was my mind or my eyes trying to choose.
I'm curious to know whether you'd normally go for the shiny.
In the past, yes. It's very much exactly like in the past. I would have gone for immediately, maybe the other horse, the shiny guy in a way, without even listening to my own needs, what my body and also in terms of safety would tell me. And this time I consciously chose that feeling of like, no. What's telling you everything inside of you? And that's a choice I would have not made. I would have overruled it because my mind would lead.
Yeah.
Or my eyes in that sense.
Yeah. Caroline's usual type is just on the boundary fence.
This is incredible. From everything that I've done and so far, and it's been a while, I've come to that not this realization, because you cannot just make this healing and changes from your head. From within, I have this core belief, and that's where it changed of like, no, I have needs and I can feel them, I can express them, I can communicate them also, but I'm also not afraid. Speaking of the boundaries, they're my protectors, it's my parents, they always, live within me of like, no, you need to protect the little princess a little bit in you. Not that I'm a princess in that sense, but the little girl in you. Choose something that gives you long-term happiness. And
I love that.
And safety, and sees you, and I feel seen.
Yeah.
I find it so fascinating that I don't mind. Sometimes you stay out of guilt or out of that hope. Hope keeps you, and learning that boundary creation of like, no, I'm not gonna stay in that. I'm living with what I really get.
Yeah.
How a person, someone in my life presents themselves in the now, and how I feel around them. That's something that I have learned in my healing journey. So boundary creation is nothing negative. It keeps, I'm gonna say it very harsh, but the predators outside.
Yeah.
It allows space for beautiful relationships. And that's where I'm in my relationship in general. I form wonderful connections, not just romantic ones. I'm talking about friendships.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they unfold on such a deeper level of emotional intimacy with a friend, wonderful conversation. I get to meet new people where we really, and you're so open also. You were talking about the topics that are so important, and we share our own story. I share it with others on social media, and I get to really connect with people.
Yeah.
And that's for me so precious.
Yeah.
And relationships like this that take time to build.
Yeah.
But we also give each other space. That's incredible.
Anything else you'd like to explore with Zeke, or whether that feels complete for you now?
It feels complete. Obviously, I could spend with him forever. I could just be, because I feel already so much calmer. But I feel also it's okay. I feel also he has also needs. So I feel like, okay, I thank him now for being present with me, and I'll go. Yeah.
End it with something that you can take away with you, if you like. It's like a little golden nugget of something that you can carry with you. What might that be?
For the right person, you will be enough, and it will feel safe. But also that's something I need to practice, is also patience and letting it come. I think that's a little bit the mission also of my own entire, like, let's say the beginning of the year, I said, I let things also come to me. And that's what I think also he came to me.
Yeah.
From the start over in the other arena, and he came then in the end to me, but I had to wait a little bit. Oh my God. That's like incredible. Yeah. That's my takeaway. I think that can be a good thing to wait sometimes.
Yeah. For the right person, you'll be enough. How does that sit with you?
Just right. That feels good. And then he walks away. It's like now he's done his duty to make me realize this, and he walks away.
Learning complete. He said, bye then.
Yeah. That's really, oh my God. Like he would understand me. It's like, good, now you're done. Powerful, I have to say. Really incredible. Wow. Did not expect this at all, that this would come up for me. I just traveled from absolute uncertainty starting point, and then I went from here to feeling a mix of emotions. He triggered also a lot of emotions in me, a fear of, do you like me? Are you gonna abandon me? Are you gonna show me my deepest core wound of not feeling good enough? He made me feel safe, a little bit seen, but also emotional. I felt a little bit like, in the moment when I stepped back and then came back to him, that trust element that made me very, very emotional. Of like, I wanted to see him and give him the respect of, I see your boundaries, you don't know me, I'm gonna give you the time.
Yeah. I think that's really, really powerful. The pair of you could just be together and just have that time shared between the two of you, I think to be able to do that without touch and without force or having to do something, and just let's just be together and just enjoy each other for a bit.
I'm actually, if I'm really honest, pretty mind-blowing. No, it's mind-blowing to me how this unfolded, because I went with no expectation, but I feel like it supported not just my healing journey, but it reconfirmed also like, yes, you're on the right track. This is exactly what you need. And he showed me almost like it's possible. In this dynamic, it was possible to, if I'm going a little further with the physical touch, if maybe some of you can relate. Sometimes we go on dates, we meet people, and very quickly we go into the physical part of the relationship, may it be kissing, going to bed. And for me, I've traveled to that point of like, no, I really want to, this is something that takes time to develop, that physical closeness. It's something so sacred, and that I had to learn first. No, I'm not giving myself away easily just because I'm wooed by the amazing horse. No, I'm giving the time, because that means through just being present with each other, feeling each other's energy. That means talking, connecting, and that's what I need.
Yeah. And then from that, I noticed that you came into each other's space a bit more, and you were able to hug him and stroke him and scratch him, and he was into your space a bit more, and he was rubbing his head on you, and you were having a moment of connection then, where you'd both gone, oh, I see you, you're here and I'm here, and we're both okay and safe with each other, and maybe we can just have a have a stroke and a hug and the next step.
It was a natural thing without wanting it so badly, you know?
Yeah.
And I had to really teach this also myself. But it came with creating the boundaries. And obviously the healing. This was a wonderful, for me, very powerful, very insightful practice that I'm very grateful, Carrie, that you did this with me. And if you want to try this, I would definitely recommend it. If you're in London or in UK somewhere, please go to Carrie. She's doing wonderful work here to help you with so much. We're going to deep dive a little bit more. So then go and watch the podcast episode now. Oh, he's coming back. We're going to deep dive in the podcast episode on the benefits of equine therapy and how it can help you heal and help support your healing journey.